Got a lot to talk about today. Got a Mythbusters episode. But before we get into that, we have to talk about J.J. Watt. And unfortunately, some more Deshaun Watson. What is up, Finn fans? Yes, today, episode 3 of the Miami Dolphins Mythbusters. Do Dolphin players play better elsewhere? I don't know if that's going to be the title, but essentially, this episode, we're going to be looking at homegrown Dolphin. We drafted them. They started with the Dolphins. Do they play better elsewhere? Because there's that myth out there that why is it that they always play better somewhere else? So I'm going to go raffle off a ton of names, and we're going to talk about did they play better somewhere else or did they play better here? And then we'll come to a conclusion if the myth is confirmed or busted that Dolphin players play elsewhere. But before we jump into that, we have to talk about some breaking news from today. J.J. Watt has been released from the Houston Texans. And everyone's saying, J.J. Watt's gone. Who's getting him? Who's getting him? You getting him? Am I getting him? You want him? You want him? Who wants him? J.J. Watt is released. And of course, you know me, I want to get a good elite pass rusher on this team. I want to get somebody who can help out Agba because there was games where he just disappeared. I think he had 4 or 5 games where he didn't do anything, no sacks, no nothing, and we need consistent pressure on the opposing quarterback. J.J. Watt, right? 9-year vet, drafted in 2011. Past 5 years have been an up and down roller coaster for this guy. I'm looking at his stats right now. 2016, huge injury. 2017, another injury. 2018, played a full season, 16 sacks. 2019, another injury. And last year, he played full 16 games, but only 5 sacks, right? So you're thinking to yourself, what's going on? What's going on with J.J. Watt is an up, down, up, down. Now, the reason that the Texans let him go, he wanted to do something, go somewhere else. It's not going to help Deshaun Watson's scenario, but he wants to do something else, go somewhere else. Plus, they were about 20+ million above the cap. I apologize. Getting rid of T.J. Watt clears up about 17 million of that. So now they're only about about 5 million over the cap. And if they trade Deshaun Watson, they're going to go back to about 17. I think he's about 11 to 17. I don't know the exact number. Push him over the cap. So, again, we'll talk about that in a second. But should the Dolphins go after J.J. Watt? Depends on the price. I'm not giving so much money to a 9-year vet who over the past 5 years has only played 2 full seasons. And he only had 5 sacks last year. Not giving him a buttload of money. I'm not paying him 11 million, 10 million. And someone might, right? Someone might want to give this guy a ton of cash. Hey, it's J.J. friggin' Watt. Why not? He had 20 sacks in 2012. I don't know why I said two like that. 17 and a half sacks in 2015. 20 sacks in 2014. Like, from the span of 2012 to 2015, he was ridiculous. 20 sacks, 10 and a half sacks, 20 and a half sacks, 17 and a half sacks. And they got injured. Then 16 sacks, and then injured. And then, so it's like he was on this decline. The Dolphins go after him and they pay him like $5 million a year. Cool. What can you do? But it makes me feel like the Mario Williams bringing in. It makes me feel like when Cam Wake went to Tennessee. It's just like if the Dolphins do sign him, I'm like, with our luck, he's going to get injured and he's not going to do anything. And it's going to be a waste of like $7 million or however much we're going to pay him. So me personally, I don't know. He was ridiculous for 4 years, from 2012 to 2012 season to 2015 season. But after that, he had one good year. So I don't know. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say get someone better, someone younger, someone that we could build off of. Then there's this picture that Christian Wilkins, Raekwon Davis had lunch with Deshaun Watson. We cannot escape the Deshaun Watson talk. I do apologize for this, but I'm going to make this quick and then I'm going to get into the video you guys want to see. Christian Wilkins was teammates with Deshaun Watson at Clemson. Raekwon Davis has the same agent as Deshaun Watson. They all had lunch. Why would Raekwon Davis not want his own former teammate in Tua Tagovailoa? Why would he advocate against him? Makes no sense. It was a lunch. It was friends meeting with friends. It was what you're going to hear. And hey, if it is, it is. A lot of people are speculating. Allow me to speculate without getting hated on. A lot of people are going to speculate that this is the Miami Dolphins trying to recruit him to come to the Dolphins, right? Christian Wilkins, Raekwon Davis, trying to get Deshaun Watson to come to Miami. I don't see it that way. I don't. I see Christian Wilkins, who is a Clemson guy, Deshaun Watson, Clemson guy, having lunch together. Like I said, Raekwon Davis, Deshaun Watson, same agents, they're friends. I just see a bunch of friends having lunch together, big publicity stunt, taking a picture together. But people who want Deshaun Watson to come to Miami, and again, I will say this for the 4 millionth time, I'm indifferent. If the Dolphins decide to get Deshaun Watson and they think that that's the best option for us to move forward, cool. Let's go. Deshaun, please stay healthy, don't get injured, and let's win us a Super Bowl. If the Dolphins think that they should still build, keep the cap space, keep the draft picks, keep the quarterback, and still build around Tua because he has a bright future, which I think so, go watch the film breakdown. Cool. I agree. Let's do it. We have a ton of cap space, a ton of draft picks. Let's build a dynasty going forward. Either way, cool. But me personally, seeing this picture, I just see friends meeting together. But you're going to hear a lot of people saying, no, they're recruiting. Deshaun's coming to Miami. I get it. I get comments. I could be talking about the fact that the solar eclipse is going to be here and whenever, and it's going to show aliens and da-da-da, and you're going to have people comment below, Deshaun Watson in Miami. So it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. I'm indifferent, but I think it was just a picture of friends hanging out. But that's it. I'm not talking about it anymore. J.J. Watt, Deshaun Watson. Let's get to what the video is titled. Do Miami Dolphins players play better elsewhere? Now I have a list. I have 13. I have to look at because I have a ratio at the end of players that play better on Miami and players that play better somewhere else. It's 13. I wrote down 13 homegrown drafted players, right, that aren't on the team anymore. Whether they got traded, whether the Dolphins just didn't re-sign them, whether they got cut and went somewhere else. I have 13 players over the past 20 years. 20 years I did this. So from 2001 till now, 13 players. These are the best, because you can look at all free agents and a lot of them just sucked and disappeared, right? Give us a good idea if it's true, right? First and foremost, Jarvis Landry. Everyone loved Jarvis Landry. I love Jarvis Landry. I wish he never went anywhere. 7 years in the NFL, 4 with Miami, 3 with Cleveland. His best year was with the Miami Dolphins. He had 3 years. The 3 years with the Dolphins, he had 1,100 yards, 1,157 and 4 touchdowns, 1,136, 4 touchdowns, 112 reception, 9 touchdowns. His one good year with Cleveland is 1,174 yards, 6 touchdowns. So looking at that, I honestly think his best years were with the Dolphins, but he still has a bright future ahead of him. So we'll see if he can do better than he did in Miami. But yes, he had 1,174 yards, but he only had 6 touchdowns. I think he had his best year was with Miami. But like I said, we'll see. Olivier Vernon, 9 years, 4 years with Miami, 3 with the Giants, 2 with Cleveland. His best year was 2013 with Miami and 11.5 sacks. Also in 2015, he had 36 QB hits. His best years were with Miami. Charles Clay, another guy that was gone. We didn't decide to re-sign because the Buffalo Bills were like, we're going to front load this contract and going to screw him and we're going to get a great tight end. Good for you. 8 years, 4 years with Buffalo, 4 years with Miami, 1 year with Arizona. So it's 9 years, Doug, not 8. Best was in 2013 with the Miami Dolphins, 759 yards and 6 touchdowns. Other than that, he hasn't even gotten close to those stats. Jay Ajayi, we all know about Jay Ajayi. The Dolphins traded him to the Eagles. 6 years, 3.5 with 2.5. Three, I think it's like 2.5, 2.25 with Miami, and then the rest with Philly. His best year was 2016 with Miami when he rushed for 1,272 yards and 8 touchdowns. It is what it is. Micah Fitzpatrick. He's had 3 years, 1.5 with Miami, 1.5 with Pitt. His best year is with Pittsburgh in 2019 when he had 5 interceptions. He did pretty better. He did all right this past season, but 2019 was good for those stints of 3 games. Other than that, the man disappeared. But he did do better with Pittsburgh than Miami. Kenyon Drake, 5 years, 3.5 with Miami, 1.5 with Arizona. We traded him to the Cardinals. Best year was this past year with the Arizona Cardinals, 2020, 955 yards, 10 touchdowns. Keep doing your thing, Drake. Everyone knows I loved me some Kenyon Drake. Ryan Tannehill, 8 years in the NFL, 6 with Miami, 2 with Tennessee. Now his most yard, Let me get through it before you say anything. His best yardage is with Miami. He threw, I think, almost 5,000 yards with Miami. I think it was like 2014. But his best season overall was definitely with Tennessee when it came to his completion percentage, and his quarterback rating was better with Tennessee these past 2 years. I think he had like 100 quarterback rating. But his best yard throwing is with the Dolphins for about 3 or 4 years. He threw over 4,000 yards. But I will say his best years were with Tennessee, so I'm giving Tennessee that one. Lamar Miller, 8 years, 4 with Miami, 3 with Houston, 1 with Chicago. His best year was in 2014 when he had 1,099 yards and 8 touchdowns with Miami. Vontae Davis, we traded him to the Indianapolis Colts. He wanted to call his grandma. 3 years with Miami, 6 with Indy, 1 with Buffalo where he retired at halftime. This one is a push. This one could be a push because he had 2 years of 4 interceptions with Miami, his first year, and then his last year with us, he had 4 interceptions. And then in Indy, he had 2 years with 4 interceptions. So this one's a push. He didn't necessarily do better with Indy, but he didn't do better with Miami. So I'm gonna call this one a push, right? Yeah, Jason Taylor, Sam Madison, even Zach Thomas, they played most of their years with the Miami Dolphins. Had the best years with the Miami Dolphins. Jared Odrick, 7 years, 5 with Miami, 2 with Jacksonville. His best year was in 2011 when he had 6 sacks with the Miami Dolphins. Chris Chambers, 12 years in the NFL, 7 with Miami, 3 with San Diego, 2 with Kansas City. And yes, I said San Diego because it was San Diego at the time, but his best was in 2005 when he had 1,118 yards and 11 touchdowns with Miami. And then finally, Edouard Lagounier, who I absolutely loved. Him, on the opposite of Jason Taylor, was just a dynamic 1-2 punch, and he definitely benefited from that. He was in the league for 10 years, 6 with Chicago, 3 with Miami, 1 with Houston. But like I said, he definitely benefited from having Jason Taylor opposite him because his best year was in 2003 with Miami when he had 15 sacks opposite Jason Taylor. So the myth that before I get to confirming or denying it, a lot of people want to say, well, Doug, Wes Welker. Wes Welker was drafted to the San Diego Chargers. Again, San Diego at the time. He is not a homegrown talent. Yes, we can look at certain free agent signings, right? Brandon Marshall, he did all right with us, but he did better with Denver, and he actually did pretty good with Chicago and the New York Jets. And Ndamukong Suh, he did all right with us. He's doing good with the Buccaneers, and he did really well with the Lions. We can look at all those free agents, but to me, to think that why do they do better elsewhere, I'm looking at homegrown talent, and that's where I pulled up these 13, and 10 of them did the best in Miami, and only 3 did better on another team. So that myth that Dolphin players play better elsewhere is busted. No, Dolphin players don't necessarily. There's a few. Like I said, there's 3. Mika, Kenyon Drake, Ryan Tannehill did do better on Tennessee, Pittsburgh, and Arizona. But other than that, all these other players had their best year on Miami so far. Like I said, Jarvis Landry can still have a better year with Cleveland, but everyone else had their best year in Miami. So no, they don't play better elsewhere. That myth is busted. So that's it. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Be sure to comment below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you think, hey, what about this guy? What about that guy? Comment below. Again, to make it not busted and to make it true, you have to find, I guess, 7 more or 8 more that played better elsewhere. That's homegrown talent than maybe in the past 20 years. Like, we could look all over, the history of the team. It's going to take me a long time. So the past 20 years, if I missed any, comment it below. But yeah, be sure to comment below. Let me know what you think of. Do you want TJ? Do you want? I know a lot of you guys want TJ Watt to come to Miami. Do you guys want JJ Watt to come to Miami? What do you think of the picture? I can already tell who's going to say what. And what do you think of this? You guys really like this series? Like I said, I have a lot more. If there's any more other myths that you want me to bust, comment below, and I'm going to get to one of you guys' comments of the day. This comment comes from Enrique Pena, and he says, comment of the day. Has Gesicki shown enough to re-sign him this year, or should the Dolphins wait another year and risk him becoming a free agent? Very good question. It goes in with the whole theme. If you notice this week, we're starting free agency. I had my Mythbusters Monday that was free agent based with Drew Brees, Dante Culpepper. Talk about re-sign cut Wednesday. Today we're talking more free agents. I'm getting ready for free agent mode. And this is another good question. No, you never wait. Never wait. Look what happened to Jarvis Landry. We waited. And then we lost him because Adam Gase is a dumb. Him and Tannenbaum. No, I do not wait. I think Gesicki has done enough to show that he should get a contract extension. If you give one to Zach Zeiler, I think you should give one to Mike Gesicki. He needs a little bit more help in the pass blocking and in the run blocking. But other than that, he shows he's absolutely dangerous in the open field. He's absolutely dangerous if you try to put a safety, a corner, anyone on him. Yes, the kid needs and deserves to be re-signed. I do it now. I do not wait for him to hit the free agent market because someone's going to overpay him. And the Dolphins aren't that team to overpay anybody anymore. So yes, the Dolphins definitely need to pay Gesicki. He's good. He's looking at the, I don't have the stats in my head, but he's a top 10 tight end in the NFL right now. And he deserves to be paid that way. So yes, I am signing Gesicki now. But other than that, that's the video. I got some things in the work with TD. Got some things in the works. I'm going to try to get TD on the channel for Monday. So we're going to record Sunday. Me and him are talking about doing a little collaboration on his channel. Keep your ears open for that. Follow me on Twitter and all that stuff so I can let you guys know when that's all happening. But I got a lot of things in the work. Like I said, I got a lot of videos planned. I got more Mythbuster videos planned. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also be sure to check out Miami Sports Music. Fantastic website, a fantastic YouTube channel. TD's a part of it. I'm a part of it. Solo D, if you don't know who he is, DWA, he's a part of it. Be sure to check that out. But other than that, I'll see you guys Monday with the next video with TD Fins Talk. But like usual, stay classy. Fins up.